Hello, all my merry makers, and welcome to another Merry Making Monday. I am having an interesting day, so yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit before we get into today's tutorial. By the way, welcome to all my new subscribers. Got a nice little bump thanks to Mama G. Um, I blamed her for my most recent yarn acquisition, and she gave me a shout out. That was like, well, okay. Um, But I just did a pickup at Aldi. Hashtag not sponsored. I'm gonna say that even though I'm a small YouTuber because I do not want the YouTube gods to come at me. And I was there for a while trying to do my pickup for the click list. I don't know if they're having issues with their internet. I know I was having issues with my internet up until recently. So, what? Anyway, I had been sitting there for so long, finally got and the lady had come out and said some name that's not mine. It was like Maria. I was like, no, I'm not Maria. Like, not even close. My name's Becca. She's like, okay, I'm gonna come back. And then after she left, I got a message saying there's nobody available to come deliver your groceries to your car, so come into the store. Which I've never was like, I have never gotten a message like that. So I was literally getting out of my car and I saw her standing in the door. So I waited because I was like, I guarantee you that is my order. So yep, she came out and she's like, I don't know why, but it says that this is from Maria. I'm like, okay, but does it have the things I had ordered in it? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that is really weird. And then I see that on the bags it says one of three, but I only see two bags. And I'm about to say something to her when she reaches into one of the bags and pulls out my container of non-fat yogurt, and it has its own individual sticker. I'm sorry, I'm so tickled about this. That says three of three on it. I was like, okay. Come home, start moving the groceries to the kitchen. I don't know what happened. Somehow the grocery bag fell out of my arm. I try to catch it and it falls on the couch. Nothing breaks or spills. I was just like, okay, today's just destined to be weird. So I thought you might enjoy that. Um, I'm gonna talk a little bit about this shawl. I'm almost done. I'm so close to done. I'm gonna talk about it like I'm done with it, okay? So this is Mehr, Mehr shawl that I'm doing for Crochet ADHD's Shalalalathon. Um, there were some things I liked about it. There were some things I didn't like about it. One of the things I didn't like about it was it is stripey stripe. Like it is because it's from the bottom up. And I chose to do multiple colors, and I chose to do my color changes at the end is like and stripe. Oh, sorry, I got really super loud there for a second. I promise I'll go back down to my normal level, but it is like and stripe. So, I didn't like that, and I actually didn't follow the pattern, um, because on one of the rows you're supposed to chain like 9, and I wasn't chaining 9. So that's kind of what inspired today's um, tutorial, talking about changing patterns to suit our needs. Now, I realize I misspoke in my earlier video, so I apologize for that. I am not going to be talking about changing the measurements of things to suit our bodies. There are actually whole books about that. Um, and So, and they're most of them are available at your local library. Um, Public service announcement, Becky voice right there. I am going to talk a little bit about this pattern. Um, Both my sister and I chose to do this pattern for Crochet ADHD's Shalalathon. Um, my sister didn't like it either. She didn't like it for other reasons. She does not have a YouTube. She does have an Instagram. She is the crafty connoisseur. She's a little bit more I don't want to say she's uppity. That's a bad word. She's definitely a bit more tempered. That's the word, tempered than I am. So, if you want to check her out, I don't know if she might like me or hate me for giving her a shout out. Um, but we both changed the pattern, and I found that really interesting. And then she actually came across another creator who had changed the pattern further. Um, I'm gonna talk first about how I changed the pattern. Then I'm gonna talk about how where's my camera? There we go. How my sister changed the pattern and how that third creator changed the pattern. This is gonna be more about me talking, so I'm sorry for you visual people. Um, like I said, the way this pattern is written, and I should have gotten this piece of paper ready before I started. I can't show you the actual pattern because it is pay to access. At least it was on Ravelry. Anyway, so it is a triangle pattern shawl. Ugh. And it is written so that, hello, that you start at the tip and you work your way up. So, like I said, on one of the sides, you were chaining 6, 3 to stand in as your starting double crochet, and then 6 more to start your pattern because that part of that pattern, I can talk today, I promise, was like chain 6, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then chain 6 again. And I was like, the structure of this is gonna be it's not gonna be solid. So I decided that I would do that. I would change the pattern to where the start of every row, instead of one double crochet, chain 3, and then that stands in as your double crochet, I would do 2 double crochets because I felt that would add structure where it needed it. Also, I wouldn't have to use stitch markers to try to remember where to put my double crochet on my way back. Because I have a tendency to lose stitch markers, and this was my traveling. So that's how I changed the pattern. The way my sister changed the pattern was she saw how each of the 4 rows, because it was a 4-row repeat that makes that flower design, interacted with each other, and she made it to where instead of a triangle shawl, she's going to make a rectangle. And I wish I had talked to her more about how she did that, but she's like, I like it so much better this way. And, I feel like it's a little, she said the same thing. I felt like it was more structured this way. Hers is still a little stripy stripe because she's changing her color at the end. So there's that. And then the third creator, whose name I cannot remember, and I don't have my phone here. Oh, no, it's in my pocket. Okay, y'all, I've got my official diagnosis and hopefully we'll be getting treatment soon. Let's see. So the name of the pattern is Summer Crochet Scarf on Turquoise with Vanilla, which is free crochet and knitting patterns. Um, and this is free, so I can show it to you. Hooray! Um, let's see. If I turn it on on the side, you might be able to see more. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Hold on, let me turn down my brightness so you can actually see this. All right, come on, turn. Thank you. Look at that. And each different color represents a different row. Now, if you can't read charts, um, maybe that's something I should talk about on my channel for one of my Merry Making Mondays. Um, so basically what she did, she took this triangle that already existed and she reflected it. And that created, at least that's what I think she did. I haven't looked at the pattern in depth. But my sister had started making it, and I could see it was more of your classic top down triangle shawl, and that she was using gradient yarn, so even though there were stripes, they weren't so stripy stripe. Um, I swear I'm gonna label this stripy stripe. Oh, it's Manic Monday. That's what this is. Manic Merry Monday. So anyways, um, and maybe you don't feel comfortable with changing patterns. This is somebody else from the outside giving you permission to say, I don't like this pattern. Because you don't have to like all the patterns. And you can frog it, rip it out, start something else, or experiment. Um, so that is me giving you permission. You're welcome. Well, I was about to sing, but Disney would come after me. Don't do that. So now that I'm basically done with Mirror Cheryl, and that's that's this tutorial. Like I said, it was mostly me talking. Um, what am I gonna do? So, I've got Whip Wednesday coming up. I have started something new. It's a hat. Um, inspired by, or not inspired, but based on a tutorial by Bago de Crochet. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Um, I'm hoping to get that done for my mother-in-law for her birthday coming up in March because it's going to be her 80th birthday. And of course, working on the blanket for my cousin. And I did make a decision on my pregnancy blanket that I'm not going to be starting until probably next year. Is that uh, I'm doing the high and the low from each day. And I am going to use the Phoenix uh, pattern up to row 36, and there's going to be approximately 16 squares plus a border, and it's going to be really cool looking. And I'm I'm gonna say I am going to do that next year, 2024. I'm gonna do one for my son and one for my daughter. Um, and that will probably take up most of 2024 stay-at-home projects. Traveling projects, I have no idea. Trying to do the whole Stash Busters, trying to do Raid the Graveyard, because I think I mentioned it in my last video. I have 3 cases full of yarn waiting to be used. So anyway, I hope you'll check out more of my videos. I hope to see you Wednesday. Until then, my little merry makers, make on.